When we experience trauma, especially compounding trauma, our brain's threat detection system becomes hypersensitive. It's constantly on the lookout for danger. Well, hey y'all, welcome to the Momprenista Life podcast. I'm Lori, and today we're diving into a deeply personal and powerful topic, healing from trauma and how it impacts our lives as entrepreneurs and mothers. And let me go ahead and slap a big trigger warning over this whole episode because I have no clue what all I will actually share, but we're going to get real and raw because that's what it takes to start the healing process. And it matters that you heal because how you live is how you lead. And we want to heal to lead our families well. We want to heal to lead our businesses well. And we want to heal to lead ourselves well. So let's dive into some trauma, shall we? Okay. Unfortunately, I'm an expert on this topic because my journey has been filled with so much trauma and drama that a Lifetime movie would be jealous. From molestation to surviving an abusive relationship as a teenager to enduring date rape to betrayal from family members, business partners, and employees to facing life-threatening health issues and pregnancy losses. I mean, if we were playing trauma bingo, I'd be checking off a lot of boxes. So let's have some real talk about unhealed trauma and how that affects every aspect of our lives, from marriage to motherhood to managing our businesses. It's crucial that we stop glossing over the gravity of trauma's effects on our everyday lives. And it's crucial that we learn to heal so that we can become more of who we were made to be. Trauma changes us. It's not just an emotional wound. It's a profound disruption to our neurological and psychological systems. But honestly, most people don't get this, especially those who haven't experienced the same level of trauma that you have. And if you're anything like me, you've probably had people in your life that have minimized your trauma. Have you ever had that happen? I've had people say things like, just get over it, or it's not like you lost an arm. And I know firsthand that experiencing comments like that makes you feel like the hard that you've walked through isn't valid. But here's the deal. If we're going to be real about it, and we're going to be real with ourselves, it's not just other people who are minimizing the effects of trauma on our lives. It's also us, because we have to take that trauma and, we've experienced it, and then we tuck it away and we don't count it as vital to deal with, and we let it wreak havoc on our lives without even realizing what's going on. When we experience trauma, especially compounding trauma, our brain's threat detection system becomes hypersensitive. It's constantly on the lookout for danger. This heightened state of alertness can lead to a range of automatic responses, such as sudden burst of anger, an overwhelming sense of sadness, or a crippling grip of anxiety. These reactions often seem to come out of nowhere. They catch us off guard and leave us confused by our own behavior. But the reason we have these emotional responses is because the trauma has affected our subconscious mind. And guess what? Our subconscious mind holds a lot of weight in how we operate in our daily lives. So we have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and we use both on a daily basis. The conscious mind is where our intention is, and the subconscious mind is where our reactions are. Which one is bigger, do you think? If you guess the subconscious mind, then you win. I don't know what you win, but you win. Trauma seeps into our subconscious mind, where it shapes our beliefs, it influences our decision-making, and it colors our perception of the world. This subconscious recall of past events can trigger responses that are disproportionate to the present situation. It leads to overreactions or withdrawal in social and professional settings, and it just overall sucks. And I'm just being real, right? So the science of neuroplasticity shows that the traumatic experiences can literally rewire our brains, creating neural pathways that predispose us to certain behaviors and emotional states. This means that our unhealed trauma doesn't just affect us on a personal level, it infiltrates every aspect of our lives, including how we lead our families and how we run our businesses. In a leadership role, whether at home or in business, these trauma-induced patterns can manifest in various ways. We might find ourselves micromanaging out of fear or losing control. struggling to trust our team members, or avoiding necessary risks due to a heightened fear of failure. Our personal relationships may suffer as well. We might inadvertently project, our unresolved issues onto our loved ones, which leads to a whole host of problems. It creates tension and misunderstandings all over the place, right? So the truth is, how we live is how we lead. Our inner world shapes our outer actions. If we're dealing with unhealed trauma, it's not just our own peace of mind that's at stake, it's also the well-being of those that we lead and take care of that's at stake. So recognizing and addressing our trauma is not a sign of weakness. It's an act of courage that can transform our lives and the lives of those around us. I've been in those places where I'm overwhelmed and stressed, and I end up snapping at my husband, at my kids, or at my employees. And most of the time, we just want to say, oh, I'm stressed. But in actuality, your response in that is out of trauma, and it's out of a fear-based fight or flight response. It's typically a response that you can't help because you don't even realize what's going on. But in order to fix that, you actually have to create new neural pathways. There's actually a great book to read on this called The Body Keeps Score, but you have to overlook some of his ideas that don't line up with God-centered values. Now, whether you're one of those people that in the overwhelm snaps and then wonders what was so bad and why you did that, or you lay in bed with no motivation to do anything because the weight of everything is too much to think about, chances are both extremes are a trauma response that needs to be addressed. When I started digging in and searching for healing trauma responses, when I started digging in and searching for healing trauma responses that I never imagined surfaced. I had obvious responses like not being able to cut a steak or wash knives. I couldn't handle a pillow or anything really over my face in any capacity for years. If I saw a certain type of car, I'd feel my face start to get hot, and lots of other triggers that were just weird little things. But the digging revealed other things that triggered a response that completely surprised me. I had responses due to performance issues and being afraid to fail. I had responses stemming from being dismissed by adults when I was younger, and the list goes on. Once I started the journey of healing over 10 years ago, I never looked back. And there's been more trauma that's been added to that during that time frame, but I never stopped trying to find freedom and healing in the places I recognize I need it. It's like that feeling after you give your life to Christ and you want to shout it from the mountaintops, and it seems so surreal, and there's this overwhelming peace that's washing over you, right? And you just want everyone to know that it's possible. That's my experience with doing the work to heal and find freedom so that I can become more of who I'm made to be. And there's a ripple effect in my family with my healing, a ripple effect with the people I serve because I'm healing, and my business can grow because I'm healing, and others' lives look different because I'm healing. So I'm sharing this to encourage you. If you're in a place where you have trauma and you're aware of your responses, then let me encourage you to seek healing and do the hard work to heal. But if you're having responses that you can't explain, outbursts for the smallest things, feel like all the joy is gone, procrastinate all the time, freeze up for seemingly no reason, then explore what's going on there. What you describe as overwhelm could just be trauma rearing its ugly head, and finding a path to healing and freedom could loose some holds and allow the dam to finally break, relieving the pressure you've had walled up for so long. So I know a lot of that is heavy, but I'm a testament to healing. I have clients who are testaments of healing, and it's my desire for you to be as well. So I hope you're blessed by this. Be encouraged and know that you are loved. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye.